Okay, let me get that up. Hello, best boy. Hello, little prince on your velvet cushion. You ready to record podcast? Oh, lovely fella. Now you sit there nicely. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Laaleebee Knits. My name is Natalie. I am a knitter from Belfast, and I share what I've been working on knitting wise on my little podcast here on YouTube. So thank you so much for joining me. Today is Father's Day, Sunday, so I'm on a little bit of a time crunch because we're heading down to see my stepdad and see Neil's dad and my granda. So I may drink my coffee up. It's been a little while and I have some things to share, excitingly. What's been happening in the last few weeks? We've had a heat wave in Belfast. It's been gross. If you've been a long time viewer, you might know that I can handle, 17 degrees, and I'm a bit like, oh, this is a bit too warm. Well, it's been steadily between 24 and 26 degrees for the last 2 weeks. Maybe dropping down to balmy 22, 19 in the evenings. So I've been struggling with that. My hair has just got bigger and bigger and bigger. But we're actually due thunderstorms today. So it's a lot cooler. It's about 19 degrees, which is still warm in my book, but at least it's not sweltering hot. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's not hot at all. It's hot for here. Look at how pale I am. Do I look like I'm built for the sun? No, I am not. And wee fella has been too warm too. He's had a fan on him all the time, haven't you? Yes, he's just lounging beside me. So it's been really warm here. What else has been happening? I can't remember. My sisters all came over. It's my wee mum's birthday, and one of my sisters lives in Edinburgh. She brought her new boyfriend over for the weekend, so we all got to meet him, and that was a really lovely weekend. We spent the whole weekend with family. We had a little games night on the Friday, and then Neil and I pottered about on the Saturday. Went to the library again, and then we had a family barbecue on the Sunday. That was last weekend, and it was lovely. It was really nice having everybody there. My other sister lives in London, just outside London. Can't remember where. She lives in England, and she came over too. And yeah, I love having all my sisters back, and I wish they would move back permanently, and we all just lived near each other because we're very family oriented. But it was nice having everybody there. And you'll probably see reflected in my knitting just how warm it's been and the kinds of smaller things I've been knitting. So I may as well get stuck into it. First thing I have to show you is a finished object. Just one finished object this week. And I arranged everything nice and neatly, and of course put the finished object at the bottom of the pile. I haven't blocked it yet, and I really should block it because it looks totally different once you block it. But I finished my Soldotna crop, my second Soldotna crop. This is by Caitlin Hunter. I knit one before, you'll have seen if you're a repeat viewer, and it was too short, so it lay in my wardrobe for about a year. And then I ripped it back, knit a couple extra inches on it, and I'm much happier with it. And then I cast this one on straight away because I got the bug for it. And I love colour work. Colour work goes so quickly. So everything I used in this jumper was from Stash, which I'm really proud of. I'm really doing my best to go through my stash. So this colour here, this greeny colour, is Leprechaun from Giddy Aunt Yarns. I knit my spring sorrel, my first spring sorrel in this. And then a couple of these minis are from a Giddy Aunt's advent calendar, DK weight advent calendar, that I had. And then the main body, the purple, is from another spring sorrel that I knit, and I bought too many skeins of. And I had like kind of scrappy bits of skeins. Thought I was going to run out. I definitely ran out of this green because the bottom is supposed to be the same colour as the top. But I ran out, so I just knit it all the way. And I actually love it. I love that it's scrappy, but as one kind viewer mentioned last week, it doesn't look scrappy, which I'm very happy about. I'm not a scrappy, loosey-goosey kind of person. I like it to look together when I do knit scrappy things. I've knit a couple of scrappy jumpers and I've pulled each of them out because it's not my vibe. I'm not creative enough to put colours together. Well, no, I'm not spontaneous enough to put colours together willy-nilly and have them work out. It took a lot of planning. I am a planner, I am a Virgo, and I think the planning paid off. So I'm delighted with this. Just need to give it a good block, and that'll kind of iron out this little bump. But yeah, great pattern. I knit it longer than the pattern suggests, although she does say knit for as long as you want. You're supposed to do little colour blips on this bit. I didn't because I didn't want to stress about running out of yarn. And because this is variegated, it kind of gives you that look anyway. So yeah, finished object for me. I have gone a bit sweater crazy recently and I love it. And I love that it was entirely out of stash. Well done me. So that's my finished object. You will be surprised to hear that is the only jumper I had on the needles at that point. I do have, you might remember ages ago I cast on a scrappy Brooklyn tweed jumper. Oh, he's digging in my rug. Right, enough please. No. There. Want your wee cushion? Okay, he's been told off. He's having now. What am I saying? I have a... Oh, I've just spotted a big spider as well. Hang on. Neil! Okay, spider drama over. Back to knitting. Right. Yeah. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that I had a scrappy Brooklyn tweed raglan jumper on the needles. It's in timeout. It's probably going to get frogged because the yarn is too nice for what I'm doing with it. I don't like it. So, apart from that one, that was the only jumper I had on my needles. I went from 3 different jumpers to just the one, and I'm trying to keep myself like that. So, once I cast that off, I was like, you're allowed to cast on another jumper, Natalie. So, can you tell I haven't done this in a wee while? Everything's going wrong. Yeah, I'm only 9 minutes in. Right, calm yourself down, Natalie. Okay. I cast on something else. It's not a jumper. It is a top. Oh, I need to find out what the name of it is. It's a Jessie May one, of course. And it was released, I think, in May. It's the Totally Tank top. So that's what it looks like. That's not what it's going to look like on me. That's what it's supposed to look like. And I had crazy skein in my stash. And I thought, it's too nice for socks. I think it's a Madeline Tosh skein. I can't remember what the colour is. I don't have my ball band. Here it is, balled up. Crazy colour. And I thought, the only time I will wear that is if it's too nice for socks. But the only time I'll wear it is if it's in a top that's like underneath something more neutral. Or like a little summer top. So, this isn't a one skein project for me. I think I'm knitting the 2X. So I want a little bit of negative ease So I'm knitting the 2x, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th size. There are 9 altogether. And that means that it's more than a one skein project. I think probably with the smaller sizes you'll get it out of one skein, but not for my size. So I have 2 different skeins, but I'll show you so far. This is my totally crop top? Totally tank top. This is my totally tank top. It's a little racer back. Very cute. It knit up. This part is all very new to me and knit up so quickly. And then what she says in the pattern is that you should pick up for your sleeves and do your ribbon before you finish this, because that'll pull up your top a little bit. So you want to do that before you finish off to make sure that it's long enough for you. Now, the pattern's written to have a rolled neck here, and I don't really like the rolled neck, and it does say you can do this instead. She says to knit much longer one of these, but I just matched these two. It's looking a bit frilly. Do you think it's frilly? I think it's frilly. And maybe I'm hoping that'll block out. If it doesn't block out, I'll leave this part. So I'll block it. What I'll do is I'll finish it, I'll block it. And if it's still frilly after it's blocked, I'm going to pull this bit back and do an I-cord in the middle. Or even just a bind off just to like finish it. Maybe a wee crochet border. Because I don't like the frill aspect. But I do like the thicker bands. And it will be something that, it'll not be something I wear on its own out and about. I'll wear it either in the house or under a blouse, so you'll not really see the frill. But that's my totally tank top. So I'm now I wanted to make sure that this part was all this colour. I'm going to knit until I finish this ball of yarn, and then I have this to go with it. This is a Giddy Ants colour. I cannot remember what it is. Just not very good in that way. Can't remember what it is. It's one of their fluorescent gorgeous ones. It's a blue toned fluorescent, which works best with this. I also have the fluorescent pink from Coop Knits socks. Yeah, it's definitely more yellow toned, so the blue toned works with this. So I'm going to knit until it's finished and then add in this at the bottom. And I hope it fits. I've knit tank tops before and they didn't fit how I wanted them to. I ended up ripping them back. And I definitely want negative ease with this. So a little bit of an experiment, but fingers crossed. So that's just plain knitting from now on until I get to the little ribbon bit at the end. So that's on a little bit of a... I haven't picked it up in the last week. I knit that... When I finished this, I knit that in about a week and then I left it. I'm a wee bit discouraged by the frilliness. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It might block out. So, what other whips have I got? Everything else is socks. Because I've gone a wee bit sock mad. Realised that I don't have very many summery shorty socks, because all of the summery shorty socks I knit last year and the year before I gave away I knit them as gifts and gave them away to friends and family, and I don't have very many of my own. I maybe have 2 pairs and the rest are like Christmassy or Halloweeny. They're not autumnal, they're not summery. So I thought, well, Natalie, you need to start knitting yourself some summery shorties, which is what I've done. So the first pair are, all of these are just awaiting their heels, which is good. The first pair is the heel toe do-si-do with self-striping yarn from the Yarn Badger. This colour is, I think it's something like Celebrate, some sort of birthday colour, and it's sparkly. Heel toe do-si-do. I loved this pattern. Took me maybe knitting day about here before I memorized it. So it came, I got the 100-gram set that came in two 50-gram skeins so that they match perfectly. And then I added this little blue mini from my mini stash. I think it goes really well. So I'm just waiting to put my heels in. I'll put my heels in here. Then that'll be my little heel toe do-si-dos. So cute. Love this. There's so much yarn left over. I've given it to my gran, and she'll be able to knit a full pair of socks out of this yarn, which is good. I'm glad that I've so much in stash. I don't want to knit something and then have it sit for so long, especially not when it's so beautiful. This is a hand indie dyed self-striping yarn. The amount of work that goes into this, and I wonder if you can see, it's like little micro stripes. This part, oh, you can see better on the back here. Little blips here, little speckles. Really lovely. So I've got my little leftover mini skein that's sitting in a little set. I'll have a little heel extravaganza someday. So after that, I was really in the form for stripes. And I've so many mini skeins, and I've used, so they're not even full mini skeins, they're not 20-gram mini skeins, a lot of them are 10, 15. So I pulled together, this is mostly a Galentine's set from a couple of years ago from Botanical Yarns, with a couple of other minis. And I made, are these not the most summery little socks you've ever seen? So cute! So I just knit them in, this is like a really bright white that I got from, I think it's a Cascade one from Wool Warehouse. It's either Wool Warehouse or Lovecrafts. And I did little 5-row repeats and then 3 rows of my white, and I carried the white the whole way down. And what I like to do with my stripy socks, somebody on Instagram asked me how to do a jogless join. I don't know is the answer. My socks always have jogs, and I just put the heel in so that this is on the inside, so people only really see this part. It doesn't bother me too much. And I'll show you what the inside looks like. So I always use the Weave-In Steven method when I'm knitting stripy socks, which I can link to. There's a great YouTube video that Stephen West has done. I'll link you to the technique for that. But it means that all these ends are woven in. I just have to snip them off, which is exactly what I want. I don't want to sit and sew in all these ends. No, thank you. And then you're left with this, which you feel it if you run your finger up like that, but once you're wearing your socks, you don't feel it. I actually really like the inside, how the inside looks. So that's another little pair of shorties waiting for their heels. Again, stash busting. So I didn't even use very much of these. I was left with around about 10 grams of each colour. Now I've knit a full pair, a pair of full length socks out of this mini set. And I think another pair of shorties out of that mini set. This is my third pair of socks from this mini set. And I have 10 grams of each, so there's 50 grams left. Now those minis, the shorties I'm adding in like this, so it's not entirely that, but I have about 50 grams left. But they're going into my crochet blanket, which I haven't pulled out. I have been working a little bit on it, but there's not really much progress to show you on it. I've just been knitting my little crocheting my little granny squares, keeping track of them, putting them together, but I don't have a nice big block, so the next time I have a nice big block of granny squares to show you, I'll give you a little update on that. But these colours are going to go into that. which is very nice. Got my little mini ready to go. A little sip of coffee. Then, yesterday I was trying to finish off one of my books so that I could start on my library books. And so I set up my little, oh, I'm caught in my zip. I set up my little book rest thing. And I sat knitting these little socks. And I actually knit this full shorty sock in one sitting, maybe 2 hours. Again, this is Scrappy Stash. This is a 30-ish gram leftovers from a full pair of socks that Gran has knit, and I thought that's plenty for another set of minis, of shorties. So I've knit that one. I'll tell a lie, that was maybe 2 sittings, but I knit it yesterday, and then I cast on this one. Now these aren't matching, and you know me, I'm a matchy girly, but these will be a gift. I think they have my sister Jessica's name all over them because she loves blue. Either Jess or Sophie. Sophie loves blue too. But I wound each skein up. Basically, I had a 30 gram skein, divided it in half into 2 individual skeins, and knit until it was done. And then if I needed a little bit of extra length, I just did it with this mini, which has been so long in my stash. I think this is maybe 5 years old. It's a full skein that I split into 4 minis. So that's well on the way. I'm burning through my stash and I'm really happy about it. And that'll be a little present for somebody. Plus it's good to, I read faster when I'm knitting because I'm concentrating. And then one more sock that I've been working on, you've seen before. This is my little, you too warm for that? This is my little, what's it called? Scattered Pearls sock by, what's that girl called? Oh, she's all about socks. What's her name? Summerly Design. In her Hello Sailor sock set. Let me show you. Well, Henry Bustles. She does really nice photography for her socks. So Scattered Pearl is one of those patterns. I'm knitting it in a botanical yarn sock set that I got for my birthday last year. It came with 2 minis. 2 very different vibes. So I started it with purple. I'm getting a bit bored of the colour. Who am I? I'm getting a bit bored of the colour. So I haven't been too excited to knit it. But I keep this in my car and just work away on it as and when I have a little bit of knitting time while I'm out and about. So I've already put my heel in that one. I knit a bigger size in these. It's too big, which I'm glad that I know now, that I'm in between. So this is a 72 stitch sock. I usually knit a 64 stitch sock and it's a little bit tight, which you want your socks to be tight. And superwash stretches, so it will get smaller. But I wanted to see if I am knitting the wrong thing. No, these are too broad, which is fine for when I can still wear them, but they don't have the pull, so they feel more like slipper socks. So I shall maybe try a 68 stitch, see if that's my sweet spot. It's living in my little handmade bag. There's a pattern for that. I'll link that down below. I think it's by Kando something or other, but it's from an Etsy shop, so I will link that little pattern below if you'd like to go. You get 3 sizes in that pattern, and I have sewn quite a lot of little bags from it. It's kind of my go-to bag. I used to do zippered ones, but this is cute. I like this more, for socks at least. So my foot's getting numb, Henry. Let me adjust. Hang on. Ooh. Okay. Nope. Totally numb. Okay. Is that all my knitting? That's all my knitting. You can hear Neil pottering about. So that's all my projects. I've done a little bit of yarn shopping. I've done an exciting yarn shop this weekend, but won't be here until next time. I'm very excited about that. It was a little self-indulgent yarn shop, and then I did a practical one. So I've been crocheting my granny square blanket, and I really should have it with me, but I don't. And I'm joining all of my little scrappy granny squares with like a natural colour in the middle, like a kind of white colour in the middle, but it is natural. It's not bright white. So anyway, I didn't realise that it wasn't bright white, and I ordered. Oh my god, my legs go pins and needles. Ah! Anyway, I ordered this, which I think is called White from Cascade Yarns. It's luminous white, like it's glowing. It's so white. It's too white for my crochet blanket. It doesn't look like the whites that I have before, so I had to do a little bit of ordering. I'm using that white in my socks instead, which I quite like. But I had to order a couple more just to see. So this one is Snow by Cascade Heritage. It's a good more budget friendly yarn if you don't want to go acrylic grit. It's superwash merino and nylon. I've knit jumpers out of this. They pill like crazy. It's very soft. It's not the best for socks, to be quite honest. I will have to replace those heels because they just burn through, but I don't mind that. Just, beware if you are. Not every 75-25 superwash nylon is built the same. This is definitely softer and therefore more prone to pilling and wearing through more quickly. But I got that one because I wasn't sure, and I also got this one, which is Cascade 220 finger knit. Puppy! What was that? That was... Come here. Right, up again. Come on. Did that stress you out? Do you want to come sit here? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I help you. Come here. Got you. Puppy. He fell. Now he's embarrassed. There, you sit with Mama. He's embarrassed. It's okay. It's okay. Your parkour didn't work out. Right, I'm snuggling a little schnoz. He's whinging. Shh. You're all right. So anyway, I got a Cascade 220 fingering because it's plied similarly to the one that I've been using. I'm using a John Arbon one, and the ply is very similar on this. They're good colour match, better colour match than this. You can really see how bright, almost blue this white is. So I'm using these for my crochet blanket. I don't think you'll spot the difference really in those. This one's a lot thinner than my John Arbon one, even though they're both finger and weight. But it doesn't really matter. I don't think you'll notice in the crochet blanket. So they are in stash with a purpose for my crochet blanket. Very pleased. And then I got I don't think I've shown this. And I'm pretty sure this is the colour. So I got my Simple Pleasures Yarn Club from Beehive Yarns in the post, and this one is called Celebrate. This one was for not June, May. Alright, don't whinge please. Can you hear him whinging? He's trying to get his belly rubbed and he doesn't have enough room. Anyway, This came with, I wish I had the little card, I don't. It came with like a big blue birthday cake, and the candles are exactly these colours. Very summery. Shush puppy, stop whinging. Very summery. So yeah, well, there's that. That little beauty came in. This is my one frivolous thing that I'm allowing myself to come every month, and I love this. I love this. This is the only yarn that's coming in with no purpose. I just want it because it's exciting. So delighted with this. And then, so what I've been doing is a little bit of digging around in my stash to knit these little shorty socks. I have lots and lots and lots of leftovers of full skeins where I've knit a pair of socks and they've then gone back into the stash. So I want to burn through them a little bit. I want to get some gift knits ready to go. Birthday season in our family starting in September. Can you hear this dog? Henry, just be quiet. I can't cope. Where's my phone? Let me just take a wee photo of what this dog is like. That's what's happening right now. Anyway, yes, dug through my stash, put together some little sock sets of my own, to stop me from buying too many, and using my stash up. So I'll run quickly through those, as long as this fella will let me. You're so annoying. Right, Henry and I are gonna have a falling out. There. Put your head down. You're a diva. So let me run through these sock sets that I've put through. First one is leftover from my What the Fade shawl. This is a Ching fibre in Lavender Fire, and so I put 2 minis with it that I think will make really lovely socks. So I'm excited for that. I think these will be like birthday socks because this is my vibe. This is my vibe. And I love the minis, go perfectly with it. So that's one little set. Next set is the same blue that you saw earlier. Going with this. This is West Yorkshire Spinners. I think it's the blue tipped colour. It's one of their bird inspired ones. I knit my granddad a pair of socks in those, and I would like some shorties to match. So I think that blue goes really nicely with it too. So that's another little set. And then again, because I had I think it was about 70 grams of that blue skein. So I've got another mini, and this has seen several iterations in its lifetime. It's been a shawl, it's been a jumper, it's been socks, and every time I've pulled it out. And I don't really remember why, and I think this is enough to do a full pair of socks. So what I might do is, I love the blue with it, what I might do is cast on and give that to Gran to knit when she's gone through the socks that I've already given her. She has she's 3 pairs of socks that she's working on at the minute, so she doesn't need any for a wee while, but this will be one for Gran. I think she'll enjoy these colours, so give that to Gran Ban. This is a leftover. It's another Yorkshire I didn't say what this was. This was this is a club colourway from Hedgehog Fibres 5-6 years ago. And one of the first Hedgehog Fibres yarns that I got. It's a lot thinner than other yarns, so I think it's called Harvest, something like that. This one's a Yorkshire Spinners. It's like their rainbow colourway. I knit Amy a pair of socks, my youngest sister, out of this, but she's since turned goth. So I don't think she wants any more of these, but I think I'll probably pair this white with it. Or I might just knit a pair of like pride socks. That would be cute. Love this yarn. And then this is not stash. So basically, my first club colourway from Biff Sugar that I got this year, you might remember, this is it skeined up. I split the skein with Chloe. So we each have half a skein, and I gave her one of these minis. So we're gonna knit some matching socks. How perfectly does this match with that, by the way? This is a Coop Knits mini. I actually had a 50-gram skein, so I gave 25 to Chloe, 25 to me. It's enough to make a full-length pair of socks. So that one's less scrappy, more planned socks. And then, oh, there's more. I have so much yarn and stash, and I really desperately want to get through it. There's Henry away. He's lost trust in his mama. Oh, Natalie. Hang on, I can't get myself back, friends. I really can't get myself back. Are we there? No. That's definitely different. But oh my god, I was like, Neil, you'll not have to edit very much at all. It'll be fine, don't worry. There'll be nothing to it. I cannot get it to sit the way I had it. Oh, I know why. It's because I was pulling on the lead the whole time. I was pulling on the lead, which is what was making it fall. What an idiot! Okay, I'm back. It looks different. I have no idea. No idea. Anyway, I have more in my stash. So I'll run through it quickly. This is, I don't know what this is, but it's beautiful. I paired it with this little mini because it was giving me kind of like rhubarb vibes. So I like that. This is another leftover messy skein from my What the Fate shawl, and I thought this and this, no, just this, was just kind of dreamy. This is from my Pixie advent calendar. I think that goes together really nicely. I would actually like a bigger skein of this and a smaller skein of that, but beggars cannot be choosers, Natalie. You must use your stash. Then I have, this is another leftover from my shawl, a Madeline Tosh paired with this. Works perfectly. Very delighted. And then this is another leftover from that shawl. See, I have so many leftovers. I want to use them. So this is Pixie yarn. It's either flower crown or paper flowers. I think it's paper flowers. And that's a little mini with it. Very cute. Kind of a dusky colour. Can't remember what this is. It's got little yellow flecks. Paired with a little yellow mini. Excuse my hiccups. Gorgeous. I have to rush now because Neil needs to get in the shower. This one you've seen before. It's a Giddy Ants. And I think it's called Biscuit. And I have already knit socks with it. But I'm going to pair it with a purple instead of a pink this time. And last but not least, I don't know what this is. I've knit socks in this. I think this was a one of a kind from Botanical Yarn. So very purpley pink vibes. But look, how many, they look like proper little sock sets that I have like purchased. But they're all just like scrappies from my stash. So I think I have about 14 pairs of socks to knit. And that's not even getting into my little sock sets that I have. So I have a lot. So yeah, I'm very intentionally working through my stash. I hope you are too. I'm gonna have to wrap up because that little fella needs to get into the shower before we go in 20 minutes. Thank you for joining me on a kind of chaotic episode. I feel like I've just rushed. I feel like that 40 minutes is just a rush. But we're done. We're over. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Look after yourself and happy knitting. There. Want your wee cushion? Okay, he's been told off. He's half an eye. What am I saying? I have a. Oh, I've just spotted a big spider as well. Hang on. Neil! There's a spider! Why? If you're vegan, avert your eyes. Have you got a tissue?
Yes.
Look at it, it's on the wardrobe, like just sitting there watching me. It's huge. That's big.
Yep.
See,
oh yeah, there we go. It's squished.
So he says he also drops them and pretends.
Do you want to see the squishness?
Thank you.
Is this all on the wire?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
I would say pop in, but you're in your grubby jammies. Love you.
Love you too.
Okay, spider drama over.